Welcome, Lion Nation, to today's broadcast of the area round of the Texas State High School basketball boys playoffs. The Lions coming off a overtime win against the New Braunfels Unicorns, taking on the San Antonio Southwest Dragons today. So they go from one mythical creature to another in tonight's, this afternoon's contest. And we want to thank you for joining us here on the broadcast. I've got a couple of videos I want to show you real quick. First, we'll go to the exciting play where Gage Fagley tied the ball game against the Unicorns on Tuesday night. Montgomery loses a handle. Lavin able to get it. Kicks it out to Fagley for three. It's good. Huge three-pointer from Gage Fagley.
10 seconds.
And welcome back. That's the game-tying shot by Gage Fagley in the prior game against the New Braunfels Unicorns that brought us here to the area round. Let's look at the celebration from Tuesday night. And it was quite an exciting ending to that ball game, Dave. The Lions able to outscore New Braunfels Unicorns. I think you said it was 30-13 over the fourth and overtime period.
Yes, down by 17. It was a little bit more than that, I think 36, but yes, being down by 17, it was a very good comeback, and especially in the overtime. They took control, and Lavin made the couple buckets and then the 4 free throws, I believe it was. So that really helped them get past the hump there.
Yeah, they had a couple of guys step up. Of course, Ryder Bradley had his career high, 37 points in that ball game, and they got a tough opponent in tonight's game. Before we go to the graphics, though, let's see the team walk out here from the school. This actually occurred yesterday morning before the game got rescheduled. We'll be right back. Always an exciting time when a team from your high school, your home school, the Leander Lions, make their way into postseason competition, whether that is a sport or an activity, extracurricular activity like band or dance or something like that. The school really gets behind that team, and it's exciting to see if you can make it out on one of those. If the Lions win tonight, and we'll show you what the potential matchup is here shortly. Let's go on ahead and take a recap of the first round in the area. Vandergrift, as you know, beat Westlake 49-47 in 6A. Glenn upset San Antonio Wagner in the by-district round by a point, 61-60. San Antonio Wagner was ranked number 8 in the state. The Lions, of course, defeated the New Braunfels Unicorns on Tuesday in overtime, 66-62. The Rouse Raiders lost to Alamo Heights in the by-district round by a score of 67-44. And San Antonio veterans Memorial lost to the Liberty Hill Panthers by a score of 41-33, and Lago Vista took out Canyon Lake by a score of 59-43. And that's pretty much the recap for the first round of the playoffs. Besides today's game between the Lions and the Dragons, the Liberty Hill Panthers will pay a visit to San Antonio Jefferson. They are actually underway. That tipped off at 2 p.m. And Glenn will tip off at the same time as your Lions as they take on South San Antonio, the number 24 team in the state. So Glenn just beat the number 8 team in the state. Now they got to take on the number 24 team. But they should have confidence knocking off the 8 team. Other news in the playoffs, Vandergrift, despite beating Westlake in the first round, lost to San Antonio Harlan Thursday night by a score of 52-51. And Lago Vesta lost to Pearsall by a score of 59-47 last night. So those two teams out of the playoffs. We saw Lake Travis lose to San Antonio Brennan just moments ago by 30 points. That's one of the better high school basketball teams I've seen, Dave. The Brennan Cubs.
Yes, definitely. They just 2 losses on the season, an out-of-state tournament looked like. But yes, very athletic team. Multiple guys shooting threes, so definitely a difficult matchup. I think their point guard is 6'4" and very athletic, so that makes it challenging. A lot of teams have shorter guards, so he definitely it's an exciting game to watch. So look forward to them next week. But that confidence can also be your thorn in your side, is that you'll come up with a team that's disciplined. And the one thing I did notice about Brenham, they didn't make a lot of free throws when they got to the line. Just a few players did.
Okay, and let's go on ahead and mention our sponsors for tonight's broadcast. We'll mention them a few other times during the broadcast. But first, Daddy's Chicken Shack. Daddy's Chicken Shack is a chef-inspired chicken joint serving pressure-cooked and perfectly crispy or grilled chicken sandwiches, salads, fingers, and bites with handcrafted sides like house-made fried pickles and seasoned and loaded fries. Daddy's chef-inspired menu features signature sandwiches like the Nashville Daddy, available in the 5 spice levels, alongside flavorful sides, as we mentioned, house-made pickles and signature sauces. They brine their chicken in herbs and buttermilk. It offers a crispy, pressure-cooked, or perfectly grilled option with sandwiches or buttery brioche buns. The menu includes amazing sandwiches, salads, fingers, and bites, as well as breakfast burritos, waffles, and biscuits. Those are served all day. They're located in Leander, next to Randall's at Lakeline and Crystal Falls Parkway. Make sure you get out and visit Daddy's Chicken. If you're a Lion basketball fan, you have no reason not to. Plus, come on, all of that sounded fantastic. The other sponsor for tonight's game is Lisa Miller Photography. Lisa Miller is the parent at Leander High School. She takes pictures of all the sporting events, dance competitions, cheer. She does senior photos. She'll even do family photos. We've had her do a set for me, and it's on display in our living room for everyone to see. She does quality work, and she's a fantastic person. So if you have an opportunity or a need for some photography, reach out to Lisa Miller Photography at 512-924-2212. We want to thank the sponsors for tonight's game. We're about 90 seconds away from the pregame announcements, so stay with us here. And we'll get the lineups here shortly. And there we go, your starting lineups, and we're ready to get underway here. Area round basketball, your Lions taking on the San Antonio Southwest Dragons here on the campus of Canyon High School in New Braunfels, Texas. Getting a little tired of saying New Braunfels. Said it all game on Tuesday, and here we go. Back in New Braunfels, except for we were actually in Buda for that New Braunfels game, obviously. So jumping against Bradley will be number 3, Tremaine Martin. I'll get his name right.
A very senior team here, so we have all 5 seniors on the Southwest team.
Yeah, they're obviously an experienced squad, a good record. They finished in 3rd in District 16 in San Antonio, or 26 rather. And it looks like the Dragons will control the basketball to start this afternoon's ball game. Number 23, Torres with the basketball. Pass over to Hune. Hune over to number 23, Torres. Torres up near the top of the key, dribbles to his left, guarded by Fagley. Passes over to Voss. Voss to Hune. Hune will hand off to Martin. Martin driving in, covered by Steele, but he'll get an early basket for an early Dragon lead. Bradley with the basketball. I'll update the scoreboard when I'm able here shortly. In the corner for Bradley, 3-pointer in and out, no good. Basketball out of bounds on the baseline to the line, so they'll maintain possession with 7:07 remaining in the first, trailing by a bucket. Very early in the ball game, obviously. Montgomery receives the inbound, throws it into the backcourt, and Efren Steele will have a backcourt violation as he just wanted to avoid a fast break opportunity for the Dragons there from A.J. Franco. So Dragon basketball on the sideline, number 3, Tremaine Martin to inbound for Southwest. He'll get it into Voss. Voss driving the lane, will kick it back out. A little drive into the lane and a foul committed. That was number 10, A.J. Franco on the drive for.
Foul is on Montgomery.
Almost lost power to the battery because the cord wasn't fully plugged. That would not have been good on the laptop. That would not have been beneficial for the stream. The front end, no good by Franco. Thank heaven for warning, little computer warnings. I had it plugged back there, but it wasn't in. Misses both of them. Efren Steele with the board, and the Lions try to work it into the front court. Steele into the front court, a little spin into the lane, picks up his dribble, kicks it out to Montgomery. Montgomery loses the handle, and it's stolen by Hune, and we're going to have a charge by Hune in the lane. Good defense there from Luke Lavin, and not a surprise by the senior guard. Always excellent, tough-nosed player. We have a whistle and a substitution.
Yeah.
Looks like number 5, Cameron Braun, coming in for the Lions, and he'll receive the inbound from Lavin into the front court. Braun drives, picks up his dribble, looks to pass to Bradley, does. Bradley down to Fagley on the block. Fagley back out to Bradley for an easy, about a 12-footer, and we're tied up.
Some hesitation there to get a shot off. For the Lions now back on defense, straight matchup man-to-man.
Yeah, number 3, Martin with the basketball now for the Dragons. Almost loses the handle. Able to get it back is Enrique Torres of the Dragons. He'll pass over to Voss. And the Dragons will reset their offense here. Driving to his left, Voss on the near wing, picks up his dribble on the baseline. His shot no good. Rebound by Ryder Bradley. And the Lions pushing it the other way. Cameron Braun receives the long pass from Bradley off the glass, no good. Nice battle for the rebound, but it's going to come down on the side of the Dragons as they work into the front court. Three-pointer from Hune, no good. Braun battles hard for the board, loses it. And a foul on the putback attempt by Tremaine Martin.
Fouls on Braun, his first.
That'll be the second team foul for the Lions in this first quarter. 5:24 remaining in a tie ball game. Tremaine Martin at the line for the Dragons. Front end is good. And the Dragons will have a lead again. Coming into the game will be Montgomery for Cameron Braun. Tremaine Martin looking to add the second. It's off the back iron, no good, but the rebound grabbed by A.J. Franco. He'll kick it out to Martin. Martin back into the corner to Franco. He'll drive in, loses the handle, grabbed by Montgomery. Montgomery into the front court to Efrant Steele. Steele to Lavin. Three-pointer no good. Rebound Dragons going the other way. That's Voss. His pass to Franco. Three-pointer from Franco is off the back iron. Rebound goes to Fagley and the Lions.
Baskets are coming hard to find here in the first period for each team.
Yeah, and I'm losing my legs here on the camera stand for some reason. There we go. It'll be a turnover against the Lions. 4:39 remaining, a 3-2 Dragon lead their basketball. Voss with that basketball, passes. They'll work it around back to number 3, Tremaine Martin. Martin back out to Voss. Voss over to Franco on the near wing. Franco to Torres. Long three from Torres is good. Yeah, he had no qualms about taking that long shot there, Dave, and he just buried it. Bradley with the basketball for the Lions. Drives in, picks up his dribble, poked out on a pass attempt to Fagley on the baseline. Looked like that was tipped out by number 23, Enrique Torres. So it'll be Lion basketball on the baseline with 4:03 remaining in the first. Into Fagley. Fagley looking for somebody to pass to. He'll kick it out to Lavin. It's knocked out of bounds by Travis Hune. And so the basketball will remain with Leander on the opposing sideline. I guess both teams are here on the home side. So
court side.
It is the visitor fan side, however. Bradley with the basketball, guarded by Voss. He'll get it to Lavin. Lavin cut off by a couple of defenders. Kicks it down low to Bradley. Bradley in the lane. Nice head fake. Hune knocks the ball out of his hand. Bradley battling for it. No foul called. And they're going to get a 3-second violation. There's a lot of hand checking going on in there for no call, but it'll be the Dragons basketball nonetheless. Voss with the basketball, playing a little bit of catch with Martin in the lane. Martin lowers his shoulder. They're going to call a charge, and that's the second charge that Luke Lavin has taken in the lane against the Dragons. And as we mentioned, it's not somebody that you worry too much about in terms of toughness. He may only be 5'9", but he plays like he's 6'4".
Maybe he can get some pads here if he keeps it up.
Right, except he's a senior. Bradley with the basketball for the Lions in the front court. Showing some pretty good handles. Cutting Lavin receives a bounce pass from Bradley. Loses the handle, gets it over to Montgomery, who drives in off the glass. No good. Bradley battling for the board. But it's going to come out to number 3, Martin, and a foul under the basket by Lavin. Couldn't get back there fast enough to set your feet to take a charge on that one.
No, could not. He went for the ball, and it was a pretty close call. He almost had all ball, and I think the officials missed a carry back in the backcourt from right hand to left hand to dribble. But it is fast moving at some points here.
But Tremaine Martin's first free throw is good. They'll push the lead out to a 7-2 score for the Dragons. Cameron Braun coming into the game for Leander. I don't think the Dragons have substituted yet.
Correct.
That could weigh on them late in the game. Another one is good, and it's now an 8-2 score. Bradley handling the basketball for the Lions on this possession.
Let's see if they can find a bucket here and get something in their offense going. Standard set for them here. High post.
Fagley tries to get it to Montgomery in the corner, and Montgomery didn't see it coming and went right by him out of bounds. Another Lion turnover
down at
and
his feet.
Timeout call with 2:48.
Yeah, that one was down at his feet, and so it made it difficult to catch. And I think you're right. Maybe he didn't catch it until too late in his eyesight. So
you got to be ready at all times.
Sometimes you don't talk about it. You know, how many games has it been since the Lions have played a 3 o'clock afternoon game? That's back in December.
It's probably about a time that you might be doing some practice, but certainly not accustomed to games. Not at least since tournament time, early pre-district part of the season. So, but it's the same situation for San Antonio Southwest. They probably don't play a lot of 3 o'clock games either. Their basketball. Voss. Pass to Torres, back over to Voss. Back to Torres, top of the key. Fagley in his face after that long three. He'll drive in. Shot off the glass, no good. Rebound Montgomery going the other way for the Lions. The fast break. Blocked off that shot by Cameron Braun.
By Hune.
Slapped out by Hune on the baseline. It'll be Lion basketball. 2:26 remaining in the first. In the corner to Franco for three off the iron, no good. And it's off Efrent's steal as he attempted to grab that rebound on the baseline out of bounds. It'll be the Dragon basketball. Coming into the game is Luke Lavin for Efrent's steal. Torres for three. It's good. He's obviously that guy. You got to watch him. Get a hand in his face. He was very patient. Poked out of bounds off of Ryder Bradley by A.J. Franco, and it will be a turnover to the Dragons. 7:19 remaining in the half. Near the scorer's table, Torres to inbound for the Dragons. Into Voss. Voss in the corner to Torres. Torres drives in.
A little bit of a hook there, Chuck. They're not going to call that.
Off the glass. They're going to say the shot's no good, but a foul against Isaac Montgomery was called. And that'll put Torres on the line for a couple of free throws with 7:09 remaining in the half.
The officials may need to pay attention to his offhand. He is getting a...
Yeah, there was a little bit of a hook, it looked like, at least from our angle. The baseline referee probably couldn't see that as well, but the referee near midcourt should have made that call. But, hey, if it's not called, you do it, right?
These games you can't play for what you had last game called.
Right. So Torres knocks them both down. He's got a hot hand here for the Dragons early. They're up 18-5 now. Lavin with the basketball. Lavin into the front court. Will hand off to Steele, and a foul assessed against Hune there. Inbound from Lavin.
They're playing a very, very tight man-to-man on Bradley here.
They try to get it to Bradley. Efren Steele gets it off the miss. Misses the reverse layup, gets his own board off the glass. Good. Big play there from Steele. Voss with the basketball over to Torres. Dragons wasting no time, getting down onto the front court. Deep three, and we're going to get a foul against Jasmine Cheeves.
That was light, Chuck. That was light, but officials called it.
(18-7) your score, 6:20. First one made by Hune. Now 19-7. Looks like we may have had a little problem with the stream at some point, but it looks like it's working fine now. Let me know on the chat if there are problems, and we'll try to repair it as best we can. We got a backup hotspot just in case. Score now 20-7 with 6:20. Did he get 3 free throws?
Yes. It was a little hand check to the waist on its way down, and the player went ahead and continued to fall to the ground, so the officials called it a foul.
Is that like an intentional or something?
No, it was a 3-point shot, and
okay.
He just did the hand check in the waist, and officials saw the player fall to the ground, so it was called in after shooting.
Lavin kicks it out to Fagley for 3, and it's good. Yeah, the Lions could use him heating up here this afternoon. Now down 11, 21-10. Out. Hune is going to be fouled by Bradley. Bradley thought he got all ball. It looked like he did, but it's going to be a foul nonetheless.
They're going to call 2 shots on that, too. I'm not sure if he was going to shoot, but that's what they've called.
Hune at the line for the Dragons with 5:49 remaining in the half. He'll make the front end to push the lead out to 12. Lions don't need to make a habit of getting down in double digits like this and making rallies. Hune makes them both. Now a 13-point lead for the Dragons. That one tipped out of bounds on the baseline by Hune. No foul called, though.
Two of the officials are in the backcourt here, so that's difficult. They made a swap here. One's come up now.
Yeah, they got to be in the right position. Steele receives the inbound back to Lavin. 5:42 and counting here in the half. A handoff to Braun. Braun back to Lavin. Lavin with a drive, spinning in the lane to Fagley. Out to Efren Steele for 3. Off the iron, no good. Bradley with the board. Spinning in the lane. Gets it off the back iron. Good. No whistle. Voss with the basketball for the Dragons. Lion faithful wanting a foul. They did not get one. Out to Franco. Franco drives in, kicks it out to number 12, Means. That shot blocked by Braun. Lions on the fast break. Bradley with a basket and 1 attempt. Coming up. Score now 23-14 with 5 minutes remaining.
Fouls on Franco for the
in the half. Yeah, that'll go against Franco. And it is the second team foul for the Dragons. Bradley adds the N1 and the lead cut to 8. And it's a timeout Southwest.
The Lions have doubled their output. They got 10 so far in this quarter. The strategy is not going to be found in Hune the rest of the game, Chuck. He's got 6 free throws here in this period. Or 5 free throws, sorry. Quick 30-second timeout here for the Dragons to try to reset them
Yeah, they didn't
slow
put
down the momentum.
A clock on the or a counter on the scoreboard clock. So we still have 5 minutes left here in this half. And it's going to be Voss with the basketball from Torres off the in the inbound. Voss into the front court for the Dragons, kicks it down to.
That's a jump ball.
And it's travel. Travel called on Tremaine Martin.
Yeah. It's a tough one. Usually when you go open, you get your shot block and come back down. It's a jump ball, but they just call the travel, so we'll take it and play the next one.
So Lavin will be handling the basketball for the Lions here with 4:46. He's directing traffic. On the near wing, Lavin throws it to the top of the key to Steele. Steele to a cutting Bradley, off the glass, good. And the Lions not waiting until the fourth quarter to make a run against this lead. Now 23-17. Voss with the basketball over to Franco on the near wing. Franco across court to number 3, Martin. Martin inside near the block. Has it blocked by Steele. Bradley gets the loose rebound. The Lions will have it with under 4 minutes. Bradley out to Steele. Steele to Braun. Braun drives baseline. Has it blocked out of bounds by number 15, Elijah Summers. No whistle in terms of a foul there, as Braun went down pretty hard. Lavin will inbound for Leander. Gets it to Fagley. Fagley drives to the basket. Has his shot blocked.
Took a shot to the face too there, Chuck.
Martin with the board for the Dragons. Kicks it up to Torres. Torres back out to Martin. Martin to Torres for a deep three from the wing, and he nails it. That kid's got some range, I'll tell you what.
He's got the green light from his coach too.
Well, why not? He'll probably shoot from the other end of the floor. To Fagley in the lane. Fagley to Steele on the far wing. Over to Braun, then to Lavin. Back out to Braun. Lions working the perimeter here. To Lavin, top of the key. He'll drive into the lane. Get it to Fagley down low. Back out to Lavin. I don't know why Fagley didn't take that shot. And the miss by Lavin is going to be rebounded by Summers. And the Dragons take it the other direction. Franco from the corner for 3 off the iron. Rebound Bradley. Torres there heckling him. Steele with the basketball. Fagley thinks about a 3. Picks up his dribble. Has to battle for the loose ball to get it to Steele. Steele to Braun for 3. Off the iron. Fagley gets the rebound. Picks up his dribble down low to Braun for an easy one off the glass.
Need the easy ones, Chuck. Need the easy ones.
Yeah, as many as you can get. Voss with the basketball for the Dragons here. Crosses the timeline at midcourt. Passes to Franco. Franco to Torres. Torres dribbles out. Passes over to Martin. Martin to Franco. And we have a whistle and a turnover. I didn't see what happened.
The 15 here for the Dragons, I think, was a little frustrated and decided to push Bradley out of bounds. And so that was the call away from the ball.
So inbound to Ryder Bradley with 1:52 remaining. Bradley slowly into the front court with a little head fake into the lane. Has it poked away by Summers. Whistle. I'm not sure what the call's going to be. It should be a foul, and it looks like it will be a foul against Summers.
Hustle fouls are good in my book, Chuck. They're sending in digs for Summers.
Going the other way. Martin with the dunk. Efren Steele with the basketball for the Lions. Into the front court. Drives off the glass, no good. Poked out of bounds by the Dragons. That was number 13, Austin Diggs, who got a hand on the basketball as it went out of bounds, trying to get that rebound. 9-point ball game. Braun with the basketball. Over to Fagley. Fagley in the lane. Picks up his dribble. Gets it to a cutting Bradley off the glass. Good. Voss wasting no time. Deep three from Torres, and it's good.
He has 11 in this period. 3 threes.
Bradley tries to answer. His off the iron. Voss with the long board. The Dragons moving quickly into the front court. We're under a minute, really down to 40 seconds. Torres over to Martin. Thinks about a three and then does. Off the iron, no good. Rebound Bradley. The Lions will likely play for the last shot here. Down to 30 seconds. Bradley with the basketball. In the corner to Braun. Back out to Lavin. Down to 15 seconds. Lavin drives to his right, near wing. Drives back towards the center. We're down to 7 seconds. Bradley, 2 defenders on him, over to Fagley. Fagley down low to Lavin. Lavin off the glass, no good. Torres, the rebound. It'll be a 10-point Dragon lead heading into the half. Real quick, want to mention credit here. The first is Lisa Miller Photography. You can reach her at 512-924-2212. And you know Lisa. She's Gage Fagley's mom. She does photography for all of the sports around Leander. She does wrestling, football, basketball, baseball, softball, soccer. She does the cheerleading, and she also does senior photos, all kinds of things, family photos. She does great work, and she's a great person to work with and always active here for the Lions. So if you have some photography needs, you want to take a picture of that grandkid or maybe your children or yourself, maybe you need a glamour shot, she can help you out with that. Reach out to Lisa Miller Photography. Again, 512-924-2214. And today's other sponsor is Daddy's Chicken Shack. Daddy's Chicken Shack over there near Randall's in Leander. It's a chef-inspired chicken joint serving pressure-cooked and perfectly crispy or grilled chicken sandwiches. They have salads, fingers, and bites with handcrafted sides like house-made fried pickles and seasoned and loaded fries. Daddy's has 4 TVs. I'm sorry, I thought it said TMs. The writing's a little small. 4 TVs in their dining room, and we'll have an additional TV when their patio opens up in the spring. So whether you want to catch some March Madness, an Austin FC game, a UT football game, or just watch last night's game highlights, Daddy's Chicken has you covered. Their family focus, always make sure to have your kids on you when you show up. They got something for everyone. All their meals are fresh made to order. While you wait, they have a selection of board games and cards to keep you entertained. Nothing better than families and friends having fun together while enjoying a good meal that they didn't have to cook or clean up after. So go support Daddy's Chicken Shack. And I mean, honestly, who doesn't like fried chicken, especially if it's done right?
Can you remind me, Chuck, where that is? Because we might be heading there.
It's right by Randall's there on Lakeline in Leander. So Lakeline and Crystal Falls Parkway, there's that big shopping center there on the left.
Great. I think it is on the itinerary now.
Yeah, it's on our list to visit. Maybe they'll even host a football podcast this coming fall. It looks like, just looking at the stream comments, that there was a possible stream issue at some point, but looking at the stream now, we've got good connection in terms of internet, and we have not dropped a significant amount of frames here. So things should be working fine. If it continues to have issues, please communicate that through the stream. Dave, you want to run down the point totals in the first half?
I can. For the Lions, you have Steele with 2, Bradley with 12, Ron with 2, and Fagley with 5 for 21 first half. On the Dragon side, you have Martin with 7, Hune with 7, Franco with 3, and Torres with 14. Torres has 4 threes, 4 threes and 2 free throws, so he's leading all scorers.
The Lions are going to have to, get a hand in Torres' face, and surely he can't remain that torrid throughout the entire game. That was a very good first half. We saw a similar output from Hernandez of New Braunfels in the game on Tuesday, but he quietened up a little bit in the second half. Those three-pointers weren't falling like they did in the first half, and you can't rely on that, obviously, but you want to get a hand out there in Torres' face. Additionally, they've done a good job, the Dragons have, of getting the ball up the court on the fast break, and they play pretty good fast break defense. We've seen them get back a couple of times to slow down what would have otherwise been a pretty easy basket for the Lions on the break.
So period to period, the Lions were down 8 in the first. The second quarter there, the Dragons had 18 and the Lions had 16. So went from an 8-point difference to 10 points. So that's our difference at halftime there. So the Lions did find the basket. At the same time, they gave up 3 threes, and the Dragons, credit them, they hit their free throws, all 7 of them.
Well, you got to give credit again to the 6'2" senior guard for the Dragons, Enrique Torres. I guess the word would be torrid, as he was lighting it up from deep. And I'm talking 23 feet out. Pretty easy looking shot too.
A lot of these teams, we've seen it even in a little bit in the game before, but there's a little more inside passing in that game. This game here, this offense where you have 5 players around the 3-point line, a lot of times you give your shooter an opportunity to rest, and he is handling the ball some, but on defense he's definitely not guarding Bradley. Sometimes he's doing a little bit of resting. So the Lions here, I think what they saw against the Unicorns in the second half was they got in the passing lane, they started playing a little more chaos defense, and that may be what the Lions need to pull out here today too, and see what changes Coach Bradley has in the second half to disrupt and generate some turnovers. We've seen some mental mistakes. We've seen some inbounds plays that didn't go good for the Lions. A few turnovers off of, basketball off the heel here. And so we did cut down the turnovers and get good shots and take shots. I think that's one challenge right now. I think you mentioned it there in the second period, a few feet from the basket and elected to pass the ball out. So just get some shots up, and I think that's the same thing we talked about last game, and it came through. So let's see what Bradley does here. We still got 4 minutes to go before this third period.
Yeah, we'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back here. Stay with us for Lion basketball on SHN Sports. We'll be right back. second half getting underway here at Canyon High School in New Braunfels, Texas. Lions trailing by 10. Very similar to the game previously on Tuesday against New Braunfels, as the Lions trailed by 17 in the second quarter and were able to rally back to tie the game with about 6 seconds left in regulation. Went to overtime. The Lions able to win by 4 points, 66-62 on Tuesday. To get to this game, the Lions and the Dragons have a tough test ahead of them regardless, as the team on the docket for the winner of this game will be the, let's see, that was the wrong graphic here.
You said
it is Corpus Christi Veterans Memorial with a record of 37-0, the number one team in the state of Texas in 5A. They defeated Edinburgh Vela 74-40. They were ranked 18 in the state. Liberty Hill and San Antonio Jefferson, that winner will play McAllen Nicky Rowe, and the winner of Glenn South San Antonio will take on McAllen High School. The Lions looking to get an opportunity against Veterans Memorial out of Corpus. It will be the Dragons basketball here to open the half. Again, want to thank our sponsors, Daddy's Chicken and Lisa Miller Photography, for covering the expenses related to broadcasting postseason game. The UIL has a fee that they require, as well as other expenses. Deep three is a miss. Franco with a rebound. He misses on the putback, and Steele gets the board. Lavin with the basketball for the Lions. He'll back up near the timeline, pass over to Bradley. Bradley near the Canyon Cougar logo at midcourt, passes over to Lavin. Lavin out to Montgomery. Montgomery to Efrant. Steele to a cutting Montgomery off the glass. Good.
Good basket.
That was a nice little give and go by the Lions. Wasting no time and a block there. Lions going the other way quickly. Bradley. Montgomery going to be assessed a foul on the baseline on that pass over to Bradley, as he had a couple of defenders on him.
His third. That was a tough call. I think Montgomery did a good job to turn his body sideways to avoid it, but did get the call for the player.
Yeah, you can only get so skinny.
Shock, we only which.
Yeah. Well, that's my excuse at least. Martin to Hune. Two-pointer, no good. Rebound by Lavin. Lavin passes to Fagley. Fagley dribbles into the front court, picks up his dribble, passes out to Lavin. Lavin drives to his right, hand off to Braun, has it slapped out by Hune, and they're going to say it went off Braun's leg. Out of bounds to the Dragons with 6:45 remaining. Torres to inbound to Voss.
The second basket's been tough to get here, Chuck.
Voss into the Torres, top of the key, then to Franco. They work it all the way around to Martin. Martin's shot blocked.
It has to be a jump ball or travel.
Able to get his rebound back. Torres with three from the corner, no good. Steele with another rebound. He'll hand it off to Lavin in the backcourt with 6:20 remaining here in the third. 8-point ball game. Fagley from the far wing drives in. Kicks it over to Lavin, near wing. He'll drive to the block. Has it poked away by Torres. He's able to save it to Hune. Up to the front court, and they try to get it to Franco, and he's on the line out of bounds. So the Dragons got a turnover, but they turned it right back over on the baseline to the Lions with 5:58 remaining in the third. Lavin to inbound for Leander, to Bradley, back to Lavin. Lavin into the front court. Drives to his left, dribbles back out. Pass to Braun. Over to Fagley. Fagley for three, it's good. Big bucket there from Gage Fagley, the junior forward. Voss Pass to Hune on the near wing. Torres now with the basketball top of the key. Passes over to Hune. Hune guarded by Bradley. Voss now with the basketball near the logo at midcourt. Dribbles to his right. Passes to Franco. Franco is going to get a charge called as Braun did a nice job of getting set up right there.
Yes, got his feet set, squared. Good defense.
So 5:04 remaining in a 5-point ball game. The Lions have the basketball. Lavin to Bradley, back to Lavin. Lavin back to Bradley. They get it into the front court finally to Braun. Cross court to Fagley. He'll drive off the glass. Good. It's down to a 3-point game now. Voss driving. Picks up, loses handle, picks it up. Passes over to Martin. Martin on the near wing, guarded by Efrant Steele. He spins baseline. Good defense there by Steele, but a cutting Franco receives a nice pass from Martin for an easy layup for the Dragons. Bradley now in the front court for the Lions.
Takes
His
a lot
drive
of
is
contact,
good.
a lot of contact there, Chuck.
Still back to a 3-point game. Martin quickly. His shot no good. Rebound Braun. Lavin now with the basketball for Leander. Under 4 minutes here in the third. Driving to the right. Lavin kicks it out to Fagley. Fakes a three in the lane. Is good. Huge basket in the lane there from the junior.
He's got 7 this period so far.
It's a 1-point ball game with 3:40 remaining in the third. Voss with the basketball for the Dragons. Over to Hune for a three, and it's good.
There's a set play there. Handoff shot right on the set-off.
Now 36-32 score. Lavin with the basketball, kicks it out to Braun, drives the baseline, back out to Lavin. Lavin drives in, kicks it to Fagley for three. Off the back iron, no good. Battle for the board goes to Voss. The Dragons going the other way. Fast break in the corner to Hune for three, in and out. Rebound goes to Efrant Steele in the Lions. They're going to call a tie-up. A possession arrow to the Lions. We can't see it from where we are, but the signal is that it will be Leander basketball. Steele to Lavin. Lavin to Bradley. Lions into the front court. Driving to the left. Ryder Bradley. Shot off the glass, no good, and the rebound goes to Martin and the Dragons. A lot of contact, no calling. Voss out of bounds, and the Dragons turn it right back over on the baseline with 2:34 left in the third. 4-point game. Efrant Steele receives the inbound, passes back to Lavin. Lavin across the timeline at midcourt. Dribbles to his left, hits Fagley near wing. A little head fake. Picks up his dribble into the corner to Lavin. Lavin over to Bradley, down to 2:15 in the period. Bradley picks up his dribble, passes back to Lavin. Lavin drives into the lane. Kicks it to a cutting Bradley. Ball's on the court. Hune comes out with it. Then Lavin gets it. And a timeout called by Coach Bradley with 2:01 remaining. And it looks like somebody posted in the chat that Liberty Hill just won their area round game. It does not have a score. But rumor is they're advancing to the regional semis.
I got a sense it's a low-scoring game, but
yeah,
know.
Just the style of basketball Liberty Hill plays, similar to Leander's.
Full court press. Sometimes it's that pass the ball 5 times before you shoot offense that we've seen some coaches institute I had one of those in my days.
Like Hoosiers?
Yes. Thou shalt pass the ball 10 times before we shoot.
We got 2:01 remaining here in the third. It's a 4-point ball game. Lions with the basketball. Both teams with just one team foul here in the third. So Lavin will inbound the basketball for Leander as they continue to try to cut into this lead. They were down 10 at halftime. It's a 4-point game right now. Lavin gets it to Fagley. Fagley drives, a little spin, gets it to, they're going to say
foul on Summers.
Foul on Summers. Summers wanting a travel on Fagley. He doesn't get that call. And so the Lions will inbound from the baseline. That's the second team foul for the Dragons here in the third. Bradley 2 inbound for Leander. Looking for an open man, gets it to Fagley in the corner. Fagley drives into the lane, turns around, gets it out to Bradley. Bradley with a fake 3, drives into the lane himself, loses the handle, able to get it back. Has it poked away, and there's a foul called. That's going to go against Hune, and that is not a shooting foul, so the Lions will have the basketball on the sideline near the Leander bench. Cameron Braun will inbound for the Lions. Gets it to Bradley on the near wing. Bradley fakes the 3, drives in on a couple of steps, and hits a 2-pointer to cut it to 2.
My favorite shot, Chuck. 15 feet.
You're a legend with that shot. A legend in the gym. Voss comes back and answers for the Dragons. 38-34 now the score. Lavin with the basketball for Leander. Hands off to Bradley on far wing. Bradley dribbles out. Down to about 70 seconds left here in the third. Bradley with passes in the corner to Steele. Steele back over to Bradley. We're down to a minute now. Lions look like they're playing for that last shot here. Pass across court to Lavin. Lavin back to Bradley. Bradley pulls up for 3 off the front of the iron. No good, out of bounds to the Dragons with 42 seconds left here in the third.
They're going to get Torres back in the game. I think he's going right to that corner to position for a shot.
Yeah, Torres comes in for Hune. For the Dragons, Voss with the basketball off the inbound from Martin. Pass it to Torres. He tried to get a 3 there at the top of the key. And they'll work it around to Tremaine Martin. Down to 20 seconds in the quarter. Martin back to the basket, driving into the lane. Going to have a whistle and a foul called. That's going to go against Efren Steele. And that'll put Tremaine Martin on the line.
2 shots.
4-point lead. Misses the front one off the very back of the iron. Too much mustard on that hot dog. I never met a hot dog that had too much mustard, but second one is good. Back to a 5-point lead for the Dragons. Steele to Lavin. Lavin on the near wing. Torres hounding him there defensively. He'll get it to Bradley for 3. Off the back of the iron, no good. Tipped out of bounds, and that'll be the score heading into the final quarter of regulation. 39-34. Southwest on top. I want to shout out the sponsors one more time here. They include Lisa Miller Photography, as we mentioned. Lisa does a lot of photography for sports and school events here at Leander ISD, as well as she'll do it for family photos and things like that. Reach out to Lisa Miller Photography. You'll see her here at all of the games. And Daddy's Chicken, we want to thank Daddy's Chicken for their sponsorship. They're a chef-inspired chicken joint serving pressure-cooked, perfectly crispy or grilled chicken sandwiches, salads, fingers, and bites with handcrafted sides like homemade fried pickles, and seasoned and loaded fries. And they got a cool location. They have TVs for sporting events. They have an area for your children. They have activities like board games and cards. They don't make the food until you order it, so go out to Daddy's Chicken right there next to Randall's. That's the corner of Lakeline and Crystal Falls Parkway in Leander. So heading to the fourth and final period, the Lions trail by 5. It'll be Dragon basketball. Martin to inbound for Southwest. He'll get it to Voss. Voss to Martin. Martin to Summers. Summers to Torres. Torres to Franco. Franco back to Voss. A little bit of a weave going here for the Dragon offense. They'll hit Summers top of the key over to Torres. Torres dribbles to his left, picks up, passes to Voss. Voss to Franco on the far wing. They continue to work the perimeter here. Martin with the basketball over to Torres on the near wing. Almost poked away by Bradley, but he's able to get it back to Martin. Martin near the top of the key. Pulls back for a three. Off the iron, no good. Rebound Summers, and he'll get the putback. The big man able to use that length to get a board and get an easy basket. Bradley with the basketball for the Lions now into the front court. To Montgomery. Montgomery in the lane, kicks it over to Fagley. His three-pointer blocked. Going the other direction is Martin. And the layup off the pass from Martin to Franco is good. The Lions get the inbound. It's 43-34. Now a 9-point game. 6:32 remaining in regulation. Montgomery on the near wing. Passes to Fagley. Fagley to Bradley. They're going to get Bradley for a travel there. He faked a pass to Cameron Braun over in the corner. Continued to drive. I guess they said it wasn't a Euro step.
Euro-Asia step. One extra one.
A Eurasia step. There you go.
Lions need to cut this lead down in the next 2 minutes by a few points to catch. Three from Martin. Ooh. Ball out of bounds off of Torres. It's going to go to the Lions.
Yeah, started losing the legs of my camera stand again. That is not a good thing. Montgomery to Lavin. The Lions into the front court here. Yeah, we're starting to have a little bit of internet problems. Montgomery shot no good. Rebound Torres into the front court. Down low to Summers, and that's good.
Dragons with 6 quick points here.
Lavin with the basketball. And it's a timeout. I'm going to try to fix this camera stand here. Seems to be all right now.
Lions had cut it to 5, but now it's back out to 11. So 6 points for the Dragons, and Lions yet to score in this fourth period.
Both teams got to be able to come up with stops here down the stretch. The Lions, especially now that they're trailing by 9, they had cut it all the way down to, 4?
5.
To 5 at the end of 3. But as the fourth quarter opened, the Dragons breathing a little bit of fire coming out of that period to
Lions held them to 8 in the third, but they've already given up 6 here in the fourth. So, and the Lions have yet to score. So Bradley's probably imploring the team to, let's get a shot off and crash the boards into each ball. I wonder if this will be the chaos that's going to start here in a second.
Effort's going to be the difference here down the stretch. Defense and effort, rebounding. You got to make free throws. So it'll be Leander basketball. Down by 9, inbound to Bradley. And he loses it. It was poked out by Tremaine Martin. So the Lions will keep possession with 5:24 remaining in the game. Inbound to Fagley. Fagley starts his dribble, picks it up, passes to Lavin, far wing. Lavin drives baseline. Tries to get a shot off, does not. Rebound goes to the Dragons. Franco's shot is blocked, but a foul's going to be called against Isaac Montgomery.
His fourth.
5:09 remaining, and that'll put Franco on the line for the Dragons here to shoot 2. See if he can push it back out to double digits.
It's at 11 right now. That's 12.
Knocks down the front end. We got Cameron Braun coming into the game for Montgomery for the Lions, in case you're keeping a box at home. Franco's second free throw is good as well. Pretty good form from Franco there at the line. Steele across the timeline at midcourt, dribbles into the lane. Little head fake, gets to Fagley, off the glass, no good. Battles for his own rebound.
No.
They're going to say it went off of Fagley, out of bounds. Coach Bradley not happy, and then we have a turnover of the call by the referee that was here at midcourt. He came running in, and he was like, no, that's off of the Dragons. So we're down to 4:55 remaining in this game. 13-point lead. Lavin with the basketball for the Lions on the near wing. Kicks it out to Fagley. He's going to get called for a travel. That's that little head fake jab step we've seen called as a travel most of the season. Works in the NBA. Doesn't work here at this level.
No.
Voss to Martin. Martin into the front court. Torres, baseline jumper off the iron, no good. Rebound Fagley. Fagley to Efren Steele. Steele driving the other way. Steele slows it up. Dribbles to his left.
There's a reach around that wasn't called.
Loses the handle. Gets it to Braun. Off the glass, good.
Mr. Layup.
Braun seems to be in the right place at the right time often. Efren Steele with the basketball. Yeah, somebody caught a hand to the face. I guess that was Braun. Fagley back out to Steele on the wing. Back to Fagley. He'll pull up for 3, and it's good. And that cuts the lead down to 8 rather.
I think Braun took a hard shot to the nose there on that layup. No call on that one.
Well, and they've been lax on the contact, but it's gone both ways. So, it's one of those things. We talk about it all the time. You kind of have to feel out the referees just like your opponent and see how they're going to call the game. If they're going to let you get away with some hand checking, they're going to let you get away with some pulling and pushing, then you're going to do it. And if you're not, you're crazy. So, and that's kind of what we're seeing here tonight. The Lions, again, trying to rally here late in the ball game. The cardiac kids, the Leander Lions.
8-point game here. 4 minutes to go. That's good. Where it was a few minutes ago was not. So
Dragon basketball on the baseline here.
That's how quick a game can turn. It was 13 points a few moments ago, and 3 and a 2, and it's 8.
Martin with that basketball into the front court. Loses the handle, out of bounds.
Off his knee.
And that signal by the referee is to Leander. Steele to Bradley for 3.
In and
No
out.
good. Martin with the rebound for the Dragons. Wasting no time on the fast break. Little Euro step in the lane for the layup. Pushes it back out to 10. Bradley receives a pass almost the length of the court from Steele. Bradley for three from the wing off the iron, no good. Rebound Dragons. And that's Tremaine Martin again with another board for San Antonio Southwest. Franco has it stolen. They're going to call a foul, though,
Steele, reach
on
around.
Efrant Steele. So it should be Dragon basketball on the baseline. 10-point ball game with 3 minutes, 4 seconds remaining. Inbound to Summers. Summers back to Franco. Franco to Torres. Torres into the lane to Summers. He misses a layup. Torres gets the rebound and puts it back. And if they're going to keep scoring, it's going to be a tough comeback for the Lions. Three-pointer from Steele is good. Cuts it back to 9 with 2:42 remaining in the ball game in regulation. I'm going to say that because we could have extra time.
9-point
2
game.
minutes, 42 seconds left in regulation. Lions.
Yeah, so far in this period, the Dragons have scored 4 more points and stretched the lead right now to 9. The official here urging the players to get on the court here. Let's get started.
Well, I'm sure they have plans for Saturday night. You know, they were probably expecting to do this game last night. Kind of like us. Torres will inbound from the baseline.
Full court pressure here.
And he gets it to Martin. Martin guarded by Isaac Montgomery. Martin loses the handle, steps on the sideline. Now they're going to call a foul against Isaac Montgomery.
That's going to be his 5th, I believe. That's a tough one. I think he thought he reached around coming up from below to hit the ball. But
so Isaac Montgomery fouling out. Ryder Bradley coming into the game for the Lions. And Coach Bradley taking a quick moment to talk to his players here.
This is where when you get a foul out, you have the opportunity to have a slow sub.
Couple of seconds.
That is permitted. For those who may not know all the rules, when you do have a foul out, it's not an immediate sub that you have to do. You can walk it usually.
So A.J. Franco to inbound for the Dragons. Cross court to Torres.
That's a back court. His feet were not down in the front.
No call. Franco down low gets a layup. Nice pass there from Voss. Fagley with the basketball for the Lions. Into the paint, off the glass. Are they going to count that basket?
No, it went over the rim, across the rim. The foul is on
Torres.
Torres, 23. His first.
Efrant Steele knocks the front end down to cut the lead to 10. 2:14 remaining in regulation. Second one, no good. Rebound goes to Summers and the Dragons. Fagley almost stole it. And it was a steal by Bradley. He'll get it to Fagley, then Steele for 3. It's good. Lions cut it down to 7. Martin with the basketball for the Dragons. And he gets a foul called. No carry called. He's definitely got some foot speed, Tremaine Martin, getting up the floor quickly.
Oh,
three-pointer from Torres is good. Back to 10. Efrant Steele handling the basketball for the Lions. He'll drive in, spinning in the lane off the glass. No good. He will be fouled by Martin, though. That'll put the young man on the line with a minute 35 remaining. The Lions trail by 10. You got to make these free throws, and you got to get some turnovers.
10-point game, 95 seconds to go.
Front end, no good. Tough one there. You want to be able to make those. We're about 95 seconds left in the ball game. Second one is good. Back to a 9-point game. Stolen by Fagley. Fagley to Lavin. Lavin back to Fagley for three. Off the iron, no good. Jasmine Cheeves shows some ups as he goes for that board, and he gets fouled. They're going to assess that against Martin.
His fourth.
And that might be the fifth team foul for San Antonio Southwest. Doesn't look like it. That is going to be the fourth team foul. Lavin to inbound for the Lions. Gets it to Fagley. Fagley back to Lavin. Lavin tries to get it to Bradley. Poked away by Voss. Then Lavin gets it back, and a block by Summers. They're going to call a foul, though, on Summers.
Body. Got him with the body.
So with 1:18 remaining, Lavin will go to the line. Lavin made some huge free throws late in the New Braunfels Unicorn game on Tuesday there in Buda. Just running out of time here, Dave.
Indeed.
Lavin misses the front end off the back iron. Second one good.
8-point game.
Martin with the basketball for the Dragons. Almost called them the Unicorns. Pass over to Torres on the near wing. Back out to Voss. Voss to Summers. They play a little keep away. Stolen by Bradley. Loses the handle, gets it back. Gets it over to Lavin. In the corner, Fagley for three from the wing. In and out. Lavin with a putback, though.
6-point game.
And we have a whistle.
Timeout.
Timeout Dragons with 46.5 seconds left in regulation. It is a 56-50 ball game. The Lion cheerleaders are going to come out, try to do a little bit of motivating here.
Show some school spirit.
And certainly, Lions traveled well. Looks like San Antonio Southwest traveled pretty well. Again, the winner of this game will be taking on Corpus Christi Veterans Memorial, the #1 team in the state in 5A at 37-0. If they're as good as Brennan in the game prior against Lake Travis, whoever plays them is going to have a little bit of trouble. Lions looking to get there. They got to get through this round. And they got a 6-point deficit to get through. And a pretty good Southwest Dragon basketball team. We haven't seen a whole lot of substituting from the Dragons, so maybe they're a little bit gassed. We'll see.
Pretty much the seniors plus the big man sophomore.
Summers, yeah. And so it looks like Torres will inbound for the Dragons to Voss. Voss quickly to Franco. Franco back out. They get it across court, playing keep away, a little bit of four corners. Voss in the corner to Hune. Stolen by the Lions. Lavin with the basketball. Down to 28 seconds. No call. Fagley has it poked away. Lavin gets that loose ball. Passes out to Cheeves. Cheeves to steal for three. No good. Put back good by Fagley, and it is a 4-point game with 13.4 seconds remaining.
He has to have the quickest release on those layups, Chuck.
Yeah.
Like Dan Marino, like it's boom, it's right off his fingers. Good putback. Unbelievable.
It's down to the wire again. 13.4 seconds. It's a 4-point game. It is Dragon basketball as they hold the 4-point lead. So the Lions will need to try to get some kind of turnover here, either on the inbound or quickly foul after the inbound is made.
Yes, the clock's not in their favor this, like it was Tuesday right now.
Yeah, it was a little bit more time in that one to rally than what we're seeing here tonight. Dragons taking the full amount of the timeout to get their information in. And it will be Torres inbounding for the Dragons on the baseline. Martin, Voss. Martin receives that inbound. Gets it back to Torres. Torres over to Franco. Franco is fouled by Lavin with 4.5 seconds left. Franco, probably not the guy you want to foul, but they did a good job. The Dragons did of spreading the basketball, spreading the floor, first of all, having good spacing and getting the basketball around. And Franco makes the first one. That pushes it out to a 5-point game.
He has 9 so far in this fourth.
Came up big late. He'll make the second one. Now a 6-point game. Bradley, 3 is no good. And that'll be your final score. San Antonio Southwest defeats your Leander Lions by a score of 58-52 to advance to take on Corpus Christi Veterans Memorial. We want to thank you for listening to the broadcast, and we want to thank the sponsors for the broadcast. Daddy's Chicken, go check them out there on the corner of Lakeline and Crystal Falls next to Randall's, and of course Lisa Miller Photography. The game will be up if you want to watch it for a little while. I apologize for any internet issues we had. We had a reasonable amount of frames dropped, not as bad as we've had over the last few weeks. So thank you for listening, and pat your Lion basketball player on the back and tell them you're proud of them because they had a great season here. For Dave Scheimer, I'm Chuck Tracy. Thank you again to listen to Lion Basketball on SHN Sports. Your home for Lion Basketball. Good luck to the Dragons. Take down Corpus Christi Veterans Memorial. Good night.